this whole, label conservatives semi-fascist, whatever that even means. That seems they're testing it. I mean, that was a test. That wasn't an accident.
No, I think they were testing it. Yeah, we're going to have speeches from President Biden coming up where he's clearly going to be hitting conservatives hard for pretty much his entire. I mean, it's essentially the kickoff, the unofficial kickoff.
It is
of his campaign. We saw the filing start to happen. He's going for round 2 against President Trump, and I think that is pretty.
You think that's clear?
I think it's pretty clear that that's at least what they're preparing for. They're preparing for the scenario that is going to be Biden Trump 2, and what does that look like? What does that look like for the next 2 years leading up to it? Obviously, they are trying to make the best case they can to say why President Trump should not be the potential front runner. But if we just look at the facts right now, he absolutely would be. If you took any poll in the country right now, you'd have Trump currently leading. So you have this attack on the conservative movement, and maybe more specifically even the Trump conservative movement, in a way to try to galvanize the Democratic base and also to really start to put a damper on any sort of momentum coming out of sort of the MAGA conservatives.
Which is a big portion of the Republican Party, and it's a big portion of the American populace. So you're asking, but none of these are accidents. Listen, it's not an accident that they're using the phrase perinatal in the abortion legislation. It's not an accident that an FBI agent gets caught doing what he shouldn't have been doing and is now leaving. He said on his own volition, he's retiring. How many of these do we have to hear? Why is it every time there's an issue like this, there's an FBI agent in the middle of it doing things that are totally inappropriate, or a judge in the same case doing something inappropriate, like posting things against the person that he just signed and authorized a search warrant?
He'll get an MSNBC deal. He'll be
that's what Jordan said yesterday. He's right.
He'll be out there, as a commentator, I'm sure, very soon.
There's no shame now being removed from your position.
No, not if you can come off holier than thou to your political opinion or your political side. If you can come off as someone who did the right thing, even if it meant sacrificing your career, but really what it means is getting you a book deal and also getting you a commentator spot, making, 6 figures on one of these top cable news networks. That's just the deal. So it doesn't matter, again, like you said, what you're sacrificing for it. It's an interesting move, if you will. If you're talking about a selfish move, it's an interesting selfish move. Really what they're doing is starting to just test the waters for 2024. And what you've seen, and I've said this a few times now, we've had this discussion, which is 6 months ago, heck, maybe 2 months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, you had President Biden not even as the suspected frontrunner, or maybe not even as someone who they were going to potentially put up as the Democratic nominee. We saw massive failures. We saw a guy who's aging rapidly. Things that were not, even the liberals were going, yeah, this is probably not a 2-term president. So let's start looking at other options. What has changed, and I don't know if it's money, I don't know if it's what's happened. They have taken these small wins for President Biden. Some I wouldn't even consider them wins. Repackaged him, tried to make him look cool again, and now they're clearly making him out to be the front runner, President Biden, for 2024.
By coming over as edgy.
And saying, look, he's cool. And this is a run to 2024 to see, can he probably keep it up? Can the stamina stay? Now that you've had, look, if we're always honest here, a tightening of the polls over the last few weeks.
They're trying to make him the Joe Biden in the Aviators, the cool Joe Biden, rather than the Joe Biden that was having a lot of problems.